Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 2 of The Hope Show. Just a weekly live stream dedicated to collecting pop culture, hot toys, movies, TV, that kind of thing. So just gonna have a quick check on the chat, seeing as we have 12 people here already, which is amazing and I really do appreciate that. So this again, The Hope Show episode 2. We're going to be doing a lot of talk today about kind of speculation. I don't want to say predictions because we know how unpredictable a company Hot Toys is, but just for fun, we're gonna go into some speculation about things that will possibly could arrive and things which I think definitely won't arrive. But yeah, look, we'll address the chat before we start any of that. Just let me know if my mic levels are okay, if you can hear a little bit of music in the background, and if you can hear me loud and clear. Tragedy Tales, first one in the building here about 2 hours ago, I believe. William Owens, a channel member. Shout out to channel members. Thank you very much for being here, William Owens. Much appreciated. Thalia Meyer, Germany, I believe. I believe you're listening in from Germany. Did I get that right or did I get that wrong? Please let me know, Thalia. We got Boba Fettuccini, channel member. Salute. We got the Moose Stream in the house, channel member. Why do you watch streams, man? If I were you, I'd be just watching that Jazz Inc. 1989 Batwing. I'd just be staring at it the whole time. Renz, the talented artist Tolentino, is in the building. Boba Fettuccini, the tastiest username in the game. Shiny, the most sarcastic person that I've never met. You know the show is going to be good when the Dandraff countdown hits. Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, I know. I get the reference. Yeah, I get the reference. But this just proves my point. This is the funniest guy I've never met. Ryan Smith, channel member. Thank you very much. 18 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We're getting very, very close to 2K, folks. Very, very close. Blitz 0065. Keith, how are you, my friend? Renz Tolentino. We are all stars now. That is a fact. I thought I was at the wrong channel. No, this is the... I wanted to do a different intro for the Hope Show. Considering the song is called The Dope Show, which is kind of... that's me attempting to be mildly funny. So Tiria, how are you doing, Tiria? Channel member. Mike Vela with the exclamation mark Mike. Hey everyone, is it May 4th yet? Soon, as the insane one would say. We also got Calvin, aka the low-key collector, in the building. How are you doing, man? Good to see you. T-Ria confirming mic and sound levels are good on my end. Thanks very much. 22 people. People are pouring in now. Good stuff. Thanks very much for being here. Very much appreciated. Let me know if where you're watching, what country you're from, what time it is there, what's the weather like. I don't know. Are you working? Are you on the DOS? Are you actually currently working? You're working from home and you're listening to some streams? Hear you perfectly with just a touch of music. Good stuff, Keith. That's what we're going for here. That's what we're going for. Talia Meyer, yes, Germany. I thought I had that at the back of my mind there. Andre, channel member, great to see you here. Back again. Mailer 2745. Don't think I've seen you here before, but great to have you. Thanks very much for being here. We got Philip the Fool, channel member. How are you doing? We have got Tony Marine. What up, big guy? I don't know who you're talking, my man. Big guy behind me or something, but I'll take it, Tony Marine. I'll take it. I've been called worse. And Keith giving out the kind of the hat tip to our friend Calvin. T-Ria says Netherlands, 6 minutes past 9, rainy all day. Damn it. We got a phrase in Ireland: if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. 29 people in the chat, folks. This is a good time. All right, this is something I've been toying with for a while. The Hope Show, kind of just a weekly live stream, because I'm still, the focus isn't going anywhere. The impromptu live streams when I just hop on and just talk 1/6 scale, whether it's news or drops or whatever like that, or if I just want to do a live stream. But yeah, so they're still going to remain impromptu. But this one, I'm trying to lock this one down. Monday nights, 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, The Hope Show. That would be, I think, 3 p.m. New York time, 12 p.m. West Coast. So I'm going to catch up with this chat before I let you know what is going on. The subscribers who come after you reach 2K will never know what it was like in the 1.9k days. This is why we keep you around. You were like a historian, Shiny. a historian. 3 a.m. in the Philippines, working, hell weather lately. I hope it improves soon. Working and listening. Happy Monday all. Dan and Carbonate, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you. Bob Fettuccini, channel member. Work from home. LA, kind of rainy, just hanging with Iron Strange. My favorite. Lael, 16 scale man, how are you doing, man? And giving a shout out and saying smash the like, please. Very, very courteous there. He usually gives direct orders with that, but thanks very much here. We got Mike in the building. You're not going to catch me with that username, Mike. Boba Fettuccini, channel member, and Brandon Salad, the first man to ever drop me a super chat. Thank you very much. And channel member as well. Great to see you. Okay, so what do we got lined up for you? What is the plan here? The plan is, I don't like to hold the audience captive. 34 people in the building. People are coming in now. This is a good turnout. Thanks very much appreciated. If you are enjoying the content, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already, because we're getting close to that 2K. You're watching episode number 2 of the Hope Show. Collections are built on hope. And like a lot of the YouTubers in the game, when we have these new drops or news, whatever, we'd like to do maybe a few different figures on the thumbnails, whatever like that. I think the Hope Show, I'm just going to focus in, no pun intended, on one kind of image that I liked, whatever. And this makes sense because we're all hoping for some drops May 4th. Will they be the right ones? Who knows? What are the right ones? Isn't that subjective? But we're going to take a look. So you're watching episode 2 of The Hope Show. Thank you very much for being here. Shout out to new members. We're going to go to the ranks. First of all, we get the troopers. Mugwump, Andre, Chuli, Bendu Windu, Collector Joey, Ryan Smith, T-Ria. And then the commanders, we've got X-Man Supreme, 12-inch Moose Dream. We've got Philip the Fool, 6-scale Padawan Keith, Mark Mitchell, William Owens, Brandon Salad, Empire Strikes Again, Phil. Collecting Weekly, you might know them. They're kind of a big deal. And Boba Fettuccini, the tastiest username in the game. Massive thank you to people who are supporting the channel. Channel memberships now live. If you want to check out the perks, I did a video there recently. You can check that out, or go to the channel members, the membership or community tab on my channel. I think the troopers are $2.99 per month, and then the commander tier is $5.99 per month. Massive appreciate the support there. Thank you, and appreciate everyone watching. So new videos on the channel. We've got my thoughts on the armory, my thoughts on R2D2, Cyborg, Wenwu, Yelena, bit of a spoiler there, and the Scout Trooper Commander from the Jedi Fallen Order video game. I believe this would be what we call foreshadowing. New streams on the channel. Hope Show episode 1 is up there live. Did this kind of about an hour-long stream, just giving my thoughts on Trooper, Yelena, Wenwu. We have the separate videos there. Some people like to watch separate videos. Some people like to watch an hour-long stream, whatever. But it's there. And you're now watching episode 2 of the Hope Show. So, May the 4th. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the Star Wars universe. Let's just do a bit of a recap. Obviously, May the 4th is basically Christmas for Star Wars fans. They have come out, Hot Toys have come out straight out and said, we are doing Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary figures. We know that for the Empire Strikes Back, we kind of got shafted. There was 4. There was the Snowspeeder Luke, it's on the shelf. There was Mando, it's on the shelf. Boba Fett, it's on the shelf. Vader, not on the shelf. I think there's better Vaders coming, and in fairness, that 40th anniversary that we got, my plan was to wait for that, but I also ordered the Kenobi one too. But my point is, there's loads of Vaders out there. And I remember I was thinking I wanted a Vader, but everyone was saying the Rogue One is the one to get. I watched a bunch of different reviews, but kind of said, I'm going to hang out and wait and see if they shrink down their quarter scale to 6 scale, and they have done. So that was a patience pays off in this game, I suppose. 36 people in here. This is amazing. I really do appreciate this. So yeah, we are going to, we have the 40th anniversary stuff coming. There was 2 so far. I hope the wave isn't finished, because they only did 4 for Empire Strikes Back, but they've done 9 for Attack of the Clones. I mean, logically, every Star Wars fan is thinking, surely the Return of the Jedi is a more important and more iconic movie than Attack of the Clones. But when it comes to logic, this is the company that released Pennywise at Christmas, so whatever you think is going to happen is not going to happen. So that's the whole point. I've got no inside knowledge. I don't have, I know people in Hong Kong. I communicate with a few people in Hong Kong, but no, I don't have any I don't have any sources. I'm not going to lie to you, like, because I'll just be showing up. It's fun to speculate, okay? It's fun to speculate. So what I've done is, oh, sorry, I just want to continue on before I tell you what I've done or what we're going to be doing is, we have the Return of the Jedi 40th stuff hopefully coming. Hopefully there's more. Hopefully it's not just 3PO and Vader, although they were great releases or announcements. Mando Season 3, nothing has been announced from Mando Season 3 yet, which is strange, because like even the Heavy Mando 2.0, that should have been branded Book of Boba Fett. I can't even remember, was it branded? I think it was originally branded Book of Boba Fett and then they changed it to Mandalorian. So we really haven't got anything from Mandalorian Season 3 yet. So I'd imagine that's there. And now with this new VGM, this new video game masterpiece series that they're doing, and I know it's not new, but this is the first one we've seen. I'm talking about the Scout Trooper Commander. It's the first one from Jedi Survivor, sorry. So everyone is speculating, and rightly so, that Cal Kestis is going to come out. It's like releasing a new Batman film and then putting out, I don't know, the Riddler, but not doing Batman. It doesn't make sense. So there's a lot going on in the Star Wars world. There's the 40th anniversary stuff from Return of the Jedi. There is the like I said, this new VGM Jedi Survivor figures that could be coming, you know. Then there's going to be the Mandalorian. We've seen nothing from. Maybe they could do some Ahsoka stuff already. Do it early, announce it early. Because let's face it, there's a few Siths and Jedis and stuff like that in that trailer, which looks good. They could do Andor. There's so much stuff they could do. But what you think they're going to do probably isn't what they're actually going to do, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do, what we're going to do, I've called this dreams versus reality. So just to give you a perfect example here. On the left, that is a dream. That is not happening. If it happens, I will issue a public apology. Okay? Not really. Actually, I'll just be a bit shocked for about 5 minutes and then I'll just continue on with my life. But I will say, oh, I was wrong there. But that's a dream. Okay? This was like, when I was thinking of stuff that is out there, Star Wars related, that they've either teased or graveyarded, this popped into my head as going, this is not going to happen. Okay? Now, if it does happen, I will apologize to you all. But reality is, we're probably going to get another Boba Fett. I mean, come on, there's no head sculpt. They love Boba Fett. Boba Fett seems to sell, even though, how many Boba Fetts are on Sideshow now? You've got the Boba Robo 2-pack. You've got the kind of fixed armor, the single that from Mandalorian. And then don't you have the throne version? And then isn't there the Book of Boba Fett? And then is the arena one still there? There's lots of Boba Fett. But you know, Iron Man sells, Batman sells, Boba Fett sells, Vader sells. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. 44 people in here. I really do appreciate this. It's nice to get numbers and engagement and stuff. I want to address some of these chats before we go into some of these. So basically I have a list of things which I consider Star Wars dreams. Things that a lot of people out there want, maybe myself included, from some of these, but they're probably not going to happen. Or at least I don't think they're going to happen. And then we're going to have reality, things that they might actually do, and some of those things people may want because they missed out on them, or some of those things that people maybe, it's just kind of obvious that they may do this for whatever reason. Right, so we got Tom Daly. Tom Daly, how are you? We got William Owens again saying it's 87 in sunny in Coconut Creek in Florida. We get Mark Mitchell, channel member. It's Canuck at Staffordshire. We got Daniel here as well. Brilliant stuff. Collector Joey, channel member in the building. Great to see you. Malika Mabane is there as well. Lots of chat going on here as well, just great. I think they're going to go light on season 3 of Mando and focus more on the 40th anniversary stuff. I'd be happy with that. Look, I went back and rewatched Mandalorian, and it's like I've never pre-ordered or do I own any figure from the Marvel Disney Plus TV shows because I'm not the biggest fan. I watched them all, but I have never gone back and rewatched anything. Watched Loki, watched WandaVision, watched She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and all that kind of. Watched them all. Moon Knight. I'll always watch them. Have Disney Plus, you may as well take advantage of it. but I've never gone back to rewatch any of them. Whereas The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and even those few episodes from the Book of Boba Fett, I would rewatch over and over again because they have that rewatchability. There's quality there. I like them in 10 years' time. Mando season 3 fell flat for me personally, but I'm still a fan. I'm not going to jump ship that easily. There was definitely things about the writing and the pacing and the side quest episodes and unnecessary cameo. I just thought it was a bit of a mess, to be honest. But I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan because like it's just that's just my opinion on it, and I'm still a fan. But you could be right there. We didn't see much from Book of Boba Fett. We saw Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I think that was more or less it. And then the aforementioned Heavy Mando. Don't think there was anything else that I'm missing there. A few droids, actually. Sorry, they had the KX Enforcer droid and I think a droid pack as well, which were branded. Fair enough. But they didn't go to town like they did with Mandalorian figures. So they might go light on Season 3 Mando, or they're just waiting for May 4th. I think a lot of people would like if they did go light on Mando Season 3 and focus more on 40th anniversary, but this is the thing, we don't know. We don't know. So shiny. The crazy buzz around new Star Wars announcements is always fun to witness. This is true. Besides the guards and Gideon, what else are they going to make for Season 3? I would say IG-12 with the little Grogu would be a cert. Maybe the one-to-one Grogu that they teased. Another Mandalorian, slap one of the jetpacks on from those new troopers. They're going to make those troopers. When you say guards, I presume you mean Praetorian guards, but the troopers, they kind of, what do they call them? They're not Beskar troopers. I think he called them Beskar troopers, but I have a theory that he actually wasn't talking about those white ones. I think he was talking about himself and the clones and the mechanized armor, which I do think that Gideon, spoiler, the Gideon, I think he was a clone, yeah. But anyway, so they could make those clones. They could also make another Mandalorian, just slap a jetpack on him and give him one of those batons or whatever you call them. So they could do a lot. Bo-Katan 2.0, Mike is not wrong. Blackbird Tech in the building, how are you? Focus, the Jedi Starfighter is the reason the N1 is delayed. I'm sorry, I can't say it with a straight face. That's funny. Is the armor the bad guy in Mandalorian? No, not that I know of. No, not at the moment. I don't believe so. Boba sells a Return to Jedi 40th version will happen. I think you're absolutely right. Eating ice cream and talking hot toys. What is this life? Brilliant. I love it. I love it. So to catch up on this. Struggling here to catch up. And they can make a clean Mando with no weathering. Is that what you're saying? Maybe chrome it up but don't put the weathering in? That could be something. Alright, so we're up to date. Okay, so what we got. So dreams versus reality. They're probably going to do, more than likely going to do a 1/6 scale 40th anniversary Return to Jedi Boba of some sort. But they will not do the Jedi Starfighter, I would imagine. So, few dreams. This is dream number 1. I do not believe this is coming. I've said it from the very, very start. You can go back through the live streams. My exact words were, I don't think this is going to arrive. I don't think it's going to be announced. I don't think it's going to go up for pre-order. I think it looks cool. I just think that it's probably, a lot of people will think they want it, but then when it actually push comes to shove, and whether they're thinking about they don't have the space for it, or the price of it, or I don't know. I don't think that this is going to go up for pre-order. I'm Team Mario all the way. Mario, if you're watching, shout out to you. Yeah, I just think it's too big. I personally have no interest in it. Now, here's the thing. I've always said as well that I want to be wrong. I don't think the N1 will be released or announced or go up for pre-order. But I've always said I want to be wrong. Because I will enjoy the buzz, the hype, the streams, watching all the promotional pics, looking at the price, the speculation on the shipping. That'll just be fun, that'll just be good streaming TV. So yeah, I think this is a dream. Now, I want you to help me out, if you wouldn't mind. I want everyone to engage here. So want to get we're going to do this a few times. So if you wouldn't mind, why does this not work for me? I see. Okay. Just give me 1 second now. I'll make sure this is done correctly. Aha. Now, if you wouldn't mind, go to this, type in this in here, go to menti.com, and the code for this is 7703, 7703. Okay, and I'll get the rest of the code there. 8155, 8155. Now I'm going to pop that in there. It's in the chat. Okay, so I'm just after popping that into chat there. So if you can see what's on the screen there, www.menti, that's menti.com. Have this open maybe on another tab of your phone or something like that. And the code is 77038155. So if you just pop that in there, we'll get a visual representation. So that's what I'm looking for, Shiny. Yeah, I can put the poll directly into YouTube, but it's kind of annoying. So if you want to just like give us your thoughts. Is it a dream? Is it reality? I'm probably going to move on in a second now and go through some other things, but I'm interested to see if I'm outnumbered here. Like if it's a dream, it's basically not going to happen. It's not going to go up for pre-order. Or if it's a reality, then it is, you know. So I like seeing the visual representation, shiny. I mean, the polls are cool, but I like the kind of live, getting the live feed and the battle going on, like, you know. So Ren's Tolentino 1/6 Grief Karga with the Cape Droids. Yeah, that could be a thing. I think I looked at that and I thought maybe they have done that for the purpose of making the figure more interesting. We got 40th anniversary Emperor. Mailer 2745 said, no Weatherman extra shiny. Yeah, that could be a thing. What about a Boba Fett and a Han and yeah, that could be a thing. Yeah, but wouldn't that be more Empire? I know it starts in Empire, but wouldn't that be more Empire? I suppose you could still have him, yeah, in front of the Han and Carbonite because he had it in Jabba's palace, whatever. How's your Clone Wars viewing coming along? I am in season 4 now. I'm in season 4, yeah, and it's getting better. Yeah, I'm definitely holding my attention more. Captain Tiva, is it Teva or Tiva? Pilot would be a cool figure. I could not get this. The DeLorean is bigger than I expected when it arrived. Look at the size of the man down the cockpit. Yeah, it's going to be huge. But like, again, like I still want them to do it. Like I don't care. Like I'm saying I don't think it's going to happen. But I don't mind eating my words and going, yeah, I was wrong. Big deal. Like I'd love, like, for my friends who are interested in this to have it because like they really want it, and I would like to kind of share in their joy and see, you know, basically what it looks like. I'd like to see how it comes out. I seriously doubt the N1 will happen, and when you spell out N1 you get, and I like it, none. I like it. That's funny. It's a very shiny thing to say. I am sick of this new, what's it, woke stuff. I just want Han Solo, Chewbacca, Obi from A New Hope, an Emperor with a seat. Do you know what woke means? I'll wait. I don't see why you would get the N1 when you didn't get any Starfighter. Like the N1 more popular at the moment, but still, that's a very valid point. Very valid point. Hello everyone, Payden23, how are you? Andre agreed, I would love to see the unboxing videos of the N1. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. And 12-inch Moose Stream giving a shout out to all the commanders and the troopers. Thank you very much for that, and appreciate again the support that they bring to the channel memberships. All right, so let's go back and move on a small bit. So what we have is, I think this is a dream. I don't think this is going to happen. But like, it's probably dangerous saying something like that coming up to May 4th, because if they're going to do it, Mando Season 3 is finished. Like, that'll be a pretty big May 4th announcement, wouldn't it? And then, like, you know, you have people saying, you were wrong. But it's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. You know, I'll just say I was wrong, because I don't know. It's just what I think. Akbar. Who wouldn't like an Akbar with the chair? Come on, like that'd be pretty damn cool. And I've said it myself a few times. Return to Jedi 40th anniversary. It'd be a great character to do, but I think this is a dream as well. I genuinely don't think I don't think this will happen. Basically, 8 people think the N1 Starfighter is a dream, and 4 people think it's going to be a reality. Okay, that's good. So what about the Akbar? I wonder, do people think Akbar is a possibility? I personally don't. I don't see it happen. I think it wouldn't be the most outrageous thing to happen, to be quite honest. But yeah, let me know what you think in the chat. And you can actually just vote as well if you want. You can actually vote again, because I've just updated that there. So you can actually see that Akbar then. You can vote on that as well if you want. Might actually come back to that one. But anyway, Akbar, I don't think Akbar is going to actually happen. Jedi Starfighter would be much better. A lot of people like the old Jedi Starfighter. Yeah, I like the two of them, to be honest, but I'm not going to lie, I'm not even going to front, I wouldn't get either. I don't have the space for them. I'm getting the 89 Batmobile, I have the Batpod. I think I'm kind of vehicled out, really. Alan, shout out to Alan. Alan shipped me a really nice, see if I can... a really nice custom Jackson Ju cape for the DX19, and I gotta say it really does bring it to another level. So I really appreciate that thoughtfulness and that generosity. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if I can get this back working. That's not what I wanted to do. It's kind of what I wanted to do. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, that'll do. It is a trap, but no, I don't think Akbar is going to happen. I really want mode Vader stuff. Vader in the tank, okay, or on the table, or Vader from Return of Revenge of the Sith, fully burned head sculpt. Yeah, all that cool. Yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff. The only thing at the moment though, like, there's a lot of Vaders out there, isn't there? There is, like, you've got at the moment you have the Kenobi, you know, battle damage, split mask Vader. And you've got the 40th anniversary Vader, and I think there's 2 different SKUs on that as well. So that means there's going to be, like, you know, a lot of competition. Like, not everyone can afford 2-3 Vaders, so release them all at the same time. People have decisions to make, whereas they stagger them, give a few years in between. Like, maybe for the Revenge of the Sith, like 20th anniversary, wouldn't that make more sense for that? Like, everything you said there would be cool, no doubt. But I can't see that happening now, given that you have 2 Vaders out there already in pre-order. First seasons of Clone Wars or Dragon, but they do get better. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. Off topic, bought a HasLab Razor Crest for $200 mint in box at local show on Sunday. That was a steal. Fair play. Anyone else hoping for an original trilogy Leia? Going for a bit of silly money in the aftermarket. Yeah, I don't have a Leia, and the hot Leia is the one that I want. Out of all of them, okay, I think the Bagels Leia at New Hope would be amazing and all, but I just keep thinking that even though 2027 is 4 years away, and I don't know what's going to happen by then, and even if they, in 4 years, if we get an announcement of, like, which I'm sure we will, a New Hope Leia with the, you know, the white dress and the typical, the Bagels hairdo outfit, that means you're taking 4 years of your life waiting for it, and then they're gonna another 2 years, maybe a year and a half production. So what, I mean, will I even be alive by then? Will we still be here? So anyway, I'm more of I prefer Empire Strikes Back, so I'm kind of being realistic. I could probably get the hot Leia, probably get them for about $400, and I really like the hot Leia. I like the head sculpt, I like the outfit. It just reminds me of the snow speeders and the walkers and, you know, the AT-ATs and stuff. And seeing as I have Snowspeeder Luke and some Jedi, Empire Strikes Back figures, just makes more sense. But yeah, you're right though. I think you can pick up the Bespin Leia. If you don't mind what Leia, I think the Bespin Leia might be the cheapest one, or the Endor Leia. I've seen her go for not crazy. Gamorrean guards would be great. I want a couple to display with the throne. The green skin would make them really stand out. Yeah, you could be right. On the ancillary characters, Akbar is one of the more popular ones. It would be great to have him, but I don't think so. I think it's a dream as well, to be honest. Phil, channel member, Hey Shane and chat. Phil, how are you? 50 people watching. Super stuff, folks. Really do appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000 subscribers. Very much appreciated. You're very welcome, Shane. My pleasure. In return, you enabled me to pre-order a bunch of Star Wars figures. Yeah, I don't think I don't think you want to remain friends with me, Alan. Payton23, if they make Akbar, I can see it being a power pose. Put it on the chair, man. Put it on the chair. A lot of Vaders, a lot of C-3PO, a lot of R2-D2s. Yeah. I got 2 Vaders incoming, Obi-Wan and 40th anniversary. I'm still currently Vaderless and looking forward to them. Got some Modu cases coming too. You're a busy man. You're a busy man. Akbar is such a fishy friend. We need him. It's funny. Andre saying, I got a New Hope Leia, an Endor Leia. A New Hope one is great, but I'm ready for an update to her. Yeah, I think she's in need of an update, to be honest. I think a lot of the New Hope figures could probably do with a 2.0, or some of them anyway. Some of them. I don't think people would argue if there was a Farm Boy Luke 2.0 or a Leia 2.0. Again, like, I've got the Ben Kenobi one. I think that's a super figure. I don't think they could definitely give it a, you know, rolling eyes and improved paint apps and head sculpt and USB lightsaber. 100% they could. But yeah, I don't look at him and go, he needs an update. But yeah, people might have missed out. Bespin Leia. Bespin Leia escape would be ace. Okay. Just trying to catch up here. Pop Culture Living Room is in the building. Mugwump, channel member. Great to see you. Okay. So the next one I have, next dream I have, again, these are all, if you're just joining us, we're going through speculation for May 4th. So obviously we've got a lot going on. We got the Return to the Jedi 40th anniversary stuff. We've got the Mando season 3, which haven't done anything yet. Surely that they're just waiting for May 4th. I'd be very surprised if we get through this week without some sort of announcements from them. Now the VGM Scout Trooper Commander has opened up another can of worms, and people are talking about Cal Kestis. And then of course there's Andor. You never know. Maybe they do Andor. Maybe they belt out another few troopers or clones. A lot of stuff they can do. So the next thing I think that, but basically we're going through dreams and reality. Things that I know people would probably like, but they're probably dreams. So like, for example, the N1, I personally think it's not coming. Akbar, I think people would love this, especially with the chair. I don't think that's coming. And 9 Num, I just don't think he's too much of a main character. They could put Akbar with the chair and 9 Num and people would probably lose their minds. Like, but then again, that wouldn't really make sense either, because he was in the Falcon with General Calrissian. And that might make more sense. A General Lando Calrissian, and then the 9 Num or something like that. Maybe that would make more sense. Okay, I got to go back to the polls on this one, folks. I got to go back to the polls on this one. So, Jabba. Are we going to get a Jabba? So, I just want to make sure I got this done. So the code hasn't changed, but I'll pop it into the chat anyway. So it's 7703. I'll pop it in there. So again, if you want to vote on this, I'll just share the screen here. So if you want to just vote on this, do you think a Hot Toys Jabba the Hutt is a dream, or do you think it's a potential realistic release? So 7703. And so you just go to menti.com, that's menti.com, and it's 7703-8155. I completely made a mistake, and I'm going to delete that comment. Oh no, I can't actually delete the comment. Sorry, can you ignore that code there? I can't even delete that is StreamYard, you pest. How the hell can't I delete my own comment? All right, anyway, okay, the real code. Try it again. So it's menti.com and it's 7703 8155. All right, 8155. I apologize. It's written on the thing anyway. I just want to type it in just in case, because a lot of people tend to ask. We have just want to catch up. Toybox says all I need are R2, C3PO, Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, and my OT is done. I'm cringing for your wallet, wincing. Prequels and Clone Wars is another story. Yeah, like a lot of those things you said there, I need too. Like the C3PO, I held out on the Attack of the Clones for the 40th anniversary C3PO, so that's a done deal. Hopefully they do a Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary or two. That will be a done deal. Luke, I'm happy with the Snowspeeder. I'm getting the Bespin, and I've got the Mando on the rate. The Mando, season 2 finale. So if they do a Return of the Jedi, brown cloak Luke, I'm gonna pass on that. I've made the decision that I don't need those two similar. I can't do that, because then I'll have like two Lukes which are very, very similar. I know they're not the same, and then it's just that's not going to work for me. I have to basically take the hit there and go, look, you're getting the Bespin, you have the Snowspeeder, the Mando Luke can be my Jedi Luke representation. Now Han Chewie would be a different story, because I don't think I'd be able to pass up on them. May the 2.0 figures be with you. You're not wrong, Phil. You are not wrong. And just want to catch up here. You think they may reissue Han and Chewie 2-pack? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I know what you're doing, Mike. I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to say your username out loud. Clone Wars 20th anniversary figures are top of me. Mike, all jokes aside, I really do appreciate that $2 super chat, and I appreciate you supporting the channel and watching. Thank you very much. Massive appreciation. So the Jabba here, if you want to vote on this, just go to menti.com and basically just vote on this and just kind of see if who do you think, is this a dream or reality? So I think I just go to www.menti.com. I popped it into the chat there. I'll just highlight it there. Thanks very much, Mike. I really appreciate that. So where did I get that? There we go. Yeah, so if you want to go to menti.com, type in 77038155, and then you can vote then, and we can see if Jabba is a dream or a reality. Okay, so you can just go and just type it in. I'm curious to see what the chat think about the Jabba. I'm putting him in the dream section. I don't think it's actually going to be. I don't think Hot Toys are going to do it. I know they've done a blurg and all that, but I just don't see it happen. So Payton saying you think Jabba is possible. I don't think Jabba is going to happen. Again, this is dangerous, because like it's a few days out. This is purely for fun. I've got no inside knowledge. I'm just looking at their history and kind of going, do I really think that's going to happen or not? So no, I don't think there's going to be a Return of the Jedi Jabba the Hutt. Be cool if there was, but I don't think it's going to happen. But like, feel free to disagree. Either put it in the comments, or you can type in and vote there on menti.com. I answered that already. Again, massive thank you to Mike. Appreciate that. Potential realistic release Jabba, you think so? I don't think so. I think it's in the dream section, to be quite honest. I noticed in all the previous May 4th announcements, it's all been droids and dudes with helmets. Yeah. The only head sculpt was Echo, and that was based off a cartoon. Maybe the trend continues. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Mine still says, oh, sorry. I thank you very much, Blitz. I will sort that out right now, and I will just get this done. I'm going to get rid of this for 1 second. I see. Right, gotcha. Delete that. Bye. I'm going to refresh that. Sorry, folks. I didn't realize that. It should work now. Yeah, so it's the same code, 77038155. I'm really curious to see if people agree or disagree. Do you think Jabba is realistic or not? Okay, so I feel like I should Mike, you're getting blocked, Mike. I feel like I should finish watching the OT movies before considering getting any of these figures. Mike, you're going to get blocked. Maybe a new Endor Luke. Could happen. I don't see why not just get the sideshow and call it. Yeah, it could be, yeah. Because, I mean, do you really need the Hot Toys version? I mean, for me, even if Hot Toys did an amazing version of Jabba the Hutt with all the trimmings or whatever, I probably wouldn't get it, to be honest. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to get something if I'm not going to get something, because again, it's a space issue, and it's maybe not a character that I absolutely need, but there's some diehard fans out there who would be delighted to have that. and to put it in a module case and build Jabba's palace. And I totally get that appeal. I have a bad feeling about May the 4th being underwhelming. Costa, get out of my head. Yeah, I think people are, I think we're kind of realizing that, like, we all have these, like, again, these hopes and dreams, hence the Hope Show. But realistically, we kind of have to be a bit more grounded, because otherwise expectation will let you down. I mean, if they did an Akbar, I'm sure people would be very excited. I'm not saying I get it, but I mean, a lot of people would be very excited, and they'd be like, yeah, great, they're going to get it. Like, especially like any OT completionists, they want Akbar and the chair and all that kind of stuff. People would probably army build Gamorrean guards if they were released, and some people would buy a Bib Fortuna and whatever, but realistically, a lot of those figures may never get made by Hot Toys, you know, and if they do, I'll be happy to be wrong. Could get a disguised Lando, absolutely we could. A better Skiff Guard Lando would be great. I think Sideshow did a version of that. The poll is still not working. Alright. Let me fix this. Do you know what you do? Give me 1 second and I'll fix this. Thanks for letting me know. Everyone who's chimed in, let me know there. I'll try to fix that. Type in your realistic predictions for May 4th. Like, realistically, as in, like, no outlandish stuff. Things you actually think, yeah, this could very, very well be noticed. Or be put up for an announcement. Pre-order. What is going on with this? Alright, okay. I wonder. It's a new slide, maybe. More cloud. Give me 1 second. That should have refreshed. It's gonna have to delete it. Okay. There we go. Maybe just needed a new code. Dream reality. Okay, surely this will work. And alright, we should be in business there now. And here, now this is handy because I can just copy this link. Now we're in business. Okay, so that was totally worth it. Now it's just a link, so I don't have to go typing crap into the chat box. Anyway, thank you for letting me know. Now we should be in business, and it should be a lot easier. Just click the link and then do whatever. I agree with underwhelming. Could be, yeah, we're in business now. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what happened there. It should work. I use this all the time. It should have worked. But yeah, so Jabba, a dream or a reality? Try to separate the heart from the head here. I mean, a lot of people there, if you vote with your hearts, of course people want it. But do you think it's really going to happen? Give me a Jaja. Jaja, hoopa da booba. Jar Jar, you never know. Could happen. Don't think so, but a Wedge and a Luke X-Wing 2-pack. Yeah, that would be cool. And what about a Nick Sand figure, aka Old Man Rex? I hope Hot Toys drop some heat for May the 4th. That will be a day long remembered. Definitely a troop. Yeah, they're gonna. Do you know what? Like, I reckon straight up troopers are coming, like as in stormtroopers, you know, or a stormtrooper 2-pack. I think that's the type of thing that could be done. And the thing is, a stormtrooper 2-pack, I wouldn't turn my nose up at. And a lot of people do just want regular troopers from original trilogy because they shouldn't be as hard to get as they are. I mean, you can get clone troopers, or you could get like the First Order troopers and not remnant troopers. Remnant troopers are actually quite high in the market, but a lot of troopers are dropped down. Like, you can get the ketchup and mustard trooper pretty cheap, scout troopers pretty cheap, but just a straight up, original trilogy stormtrooper, like, they shouldn't be that hard to get. So they should probably just do, and they should be like 200, not even 200 a pop. Realistically, you're not going to get them cheaper from 220 these days. Boba Fett 40th, maybe a Luke or an Emperor. I don't know if it's Bausch Leia Ryan Smith, or Bouche Leia, Luke or 2 Han Chewie Emperor. Maybe yeah, you know, that's a solid list. Your list is similar to mine. 40 Palps, Han, Leia, or 2. I predict slightly different variants of currently released Trooper and some sort of Boba. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Boba Fett is a given at this point. I'd have to go back and watch Return of the Jedi for honest speculation. Otherwise, I'd just say random characters. Okay. Go. We'll wait, Keith. We'll wait. Han and Chewie 2-pack Stormtrooper New Emperor. There has to be one out of left field one, I feel like. There has to be one that people are like, I didn't see that coming. I'm really, really happy it did. Or one that we really want that they actually deliver on. I think, yeah. I'm thinking for Mando, maybe Pelimoto. Grief, I don't see Pelimoto happening. Grief, I don't know if I'd even see Grief happening with the assistant droids. That would be cool though. 2.0s of Mando or Bo. Mando is definitely coming. Do I collect anything else? Well, obviously a lot of 1/6 scale Hot Toys with the in-art Joker. Have 1/6 scale. I've got the 89 Batmobile on the way. A lot of 6 scale. I have 1/4 scale. I have a few other random pieces then. Like I have a beautiful Oshima dropship, diecast dropship from Aliens. And it's just a great piece. You know, dropship that comes out of the Sulaco, and the one they used to go down to the what's the one I'm looking for? Is it LV-429 or the terraforming colony? What else do I have? I've got a nice little. I've got actually. I love airplanes. Give me 1 second. So like, I've got a few nice little replicas of just that F8. That's an F18 Super Hornet. Very, very. I can't remember the scale on this. There's one. Oh my god, I used to know the scale in it, but I've got a nice Tomcat F14 and a nice. They come at stands on the stands of dynamic as well. It's pretty sweet. Actually, I'll leave that there before I break it. And kind of, they're quite nice. Not sure if the camera picks it up as well. I'm going to give it one. There. So just a big kind of fighter jet and plane fan, but they're nice little replicas. Obviously not 1/6 scale. So I've got a F14 Tomcat, and then this is the F18 Super Hornet. So I've got them. Give me 1 second. This is actually a beautiful 1989. This is diecast. This is actually very, very heavy. It's obviously 1989 Batmobile. Wheels roll. The gun turrets actually pop up. You can actually spin them around. I need to just go full screen here for a second. Yeah, so the gun turrets actually move around. It's very hard to pick up on the camera there, but they actually pop out. The canopy opens. The steering wheel turns. And to be honest, I'm actually just using it. I have a bunch of graphic novels. I'm using it as a bookend at the moment, but it works. It works. The wheels turn and stuff like that. And so this is actually an armor. So this is in 1976, I believe it was. A company called Shepperton Studios were contracted to make the molds for the Stormtroopers, and to this day they still sell them. They are not cheap. So I have this, the E11 blaster, and the entire armor. So it's just a proper one-to-one cosplay Stormtrooper outfit, but that's the helmet. And like, you can see why they don't hit anything, because when you put your head inside it, you can't see anything. So yeah, so like, it's mostly 1/6 scale, 1/4 scale. But every now and then I'll see something and I'll just go I'll go full Wayne's World and it will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. Right, I got to address some of these comments. 52 people in the chat. Thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Realistically, knowing Hot Toys, I think May the 4th will announce. They will announce Boba, Trooper, Neon Iron Man, Guardians. Yeah, look, you're going to get a Marvel figure this week. I'd say it's not all going to be Star Wars. Hello, is this episode 1, Shane? This is actually episode 2. This is the Attack of the Clones of the Hope Show series. Mark P, great to see you. I'm sorry, can someone explain Bush Leia? Or I'd like if someone just corrects me on the pronunciations of Bausch Leia. Sometimes I'll say Bausch Leia, sometimes I'll say Bush Leia. That is unless I need a spoiler alert warning. Can someone, basically, they go to rescue Han Solo in Jabba's palace, and she brings in Chewie saying that she's, bountied, and he's been bountied. I've caught Chewbacca. I know you have Han, and now here's Chewbacca. Here's you're after him. She's dressed as a bounty hunter. You can't see her face. So that's how they get into the palace, Royal Guard. Have I watched Clone Wars? I'm on season 4 and I'm starting to enjoy it. Are those t-shirts going up on your Phil, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Actually, I forgot to sorry, Mike, I forgot to give you the I have super chat video things. So 1 second. God, I'm falling behind here. So just for Mike. Martini. And now for Phil. Martini. Thanks very much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Are those t-shirts going up in your store? These are already up online in the store. So this is a day one pre-order. It's actually a 6 scale Scavengers t-shirt. It's not my I bought a bunch of I'm a big fan of the 6 scale Scavengers. Shout out to any of those boys if they, on the off chance that they're actually watching this or watching a replay. I doubt they are, but yeah, TC and Brian and all the boys, Chris, they're absolutely. I've had Chris and Brian Fontaine on the show before on Visions. Just legends. Really, they were a godsend during lockdown as well. Just watching all the streams, stuff like that. But they have a bunch of t-shirts on their store. Their store. They got the day one, the Dopo t-shirts. They've got like ones that just say Dopo and like Star Wars writing. So I've got like 2 of those and this one here, and they have another one. It's like action figures, not dolls. It's really, really cool actually. So yeah, thanks for noticing, Phil. But if you want these t-shirts, go to 6 Scale Scavengers on their YouTube, and then you should have a link with merch. And they're awesome, those guys. We're neck tied here. We're tied neck and neck here. We've got 4 people saying that Jabba is just a dream, and 4 people saying Jabba's a reality. So God, I could be eating my words now. Again, this is just pure speculation for fun, but I don't think we're going to see it this week anyway. But yeah, you never know. I'd love a couple to flank the Kenobi Vader I have on PO personally. If I was to give advice to any new trooper collectors or new collectors who are thinking about getting troopers, buy 2. Like if you're getting a normal, standard, shiny, original trilogy Stormtrooper, buy 2. If you're getting Death Troopers, buy 2. If you're getting shiny clone Troopers, buy 2. If you're getting a clone pilot, buy 2. If you're getting Praetorian Guards, buy 3. And then get a heavy Mando. No, but buy 2 because you can. They'll look great flanking Moff Gideon. They'll look great flanking Kenobi. They look great flanking whatever villain you want to put in there. But yeah. So Sponge, yeah, thanks for that question. Really enjoyed actually showing off some of that stuff that's non-6 scale. Good question. Mike says, do you think we'll get any other announcements in the coming days, or will they wait? I think they'll do a few. I think tomorrow morning we might get some. We might get something then the next day. I don't think it's all going to be just on the 4th. We might get some the 3rd as well, per person, personally. Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, OT, Boba, continuous. They should be continuous stock. I think the first person I heard say that was Anthony, 6 Scale Mafia. He was the first person that said that he said that, first person I heard say it anyway, he said like things like your basic Stormtrooper should be like just in constant stock. They shouldn't sell out because people army build them. They're part of dioramas, like, and people you need them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was I thought that was a solid point that Anthony said a few months ago at this stage in the stream. Left field. Your knowledge is better than mine, and I'm actually, I don't know how to pronounce that, Beskar. I'm really sorry. But yeah, maybe elaborate there, please. And how are you, Beskar? Look forward to your unboxing videos. Or the reels on Instagram. Blackbird Tech, Bib Fortuna, Gamorrean Guard would be cool, but sort of random, need more creatures. Would people buy them? You know what I mean? Is Return of the Jedi currently in UK cinemas? Well, I'm actually in Ireland, so I'm not sure about the UK, but in Ireland, no. Shane, I work on F-18s, right? I didn't know that, But I remember you saying what you did for a living, and I remember like the cogs were turning in my head, and I just think they're amazing. When I grew up next to an airport, and I just loved anything that flew, but the F-14 and F-18s I just think they're beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? I've been eyeing up those aircraft. They look amazing. They're so simple now, even like on an office, and they have a little stand, and the stand it's like a little dynamic. It's like a ball joint, so you can put it to any angle and stuff. And even the F-14, the wings open up and close and stuff like that. LV426 in the voice of Hudson. Right. Someone said film, and he thought they said illegal film. It's funny. I get it. A lot of people wouldn't, but I totally get it. I thought you were going to go, game over, man. Game over. What a clip. I need that clip, actually. That's how I should end my streams. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I've always said boosh. Yeah, I think boosh is how I would go to saying it. Yeah, yes and no. Doing what I did before, but I've been in it for so long. I think that's a response to someone else who's been chatting to you. Gonna buy a third-party version of that shirt from Wish. That's funny. So how about Yarna Dal Gargani? I hope I'm butchering that. I'm sorry, Bhaskar. Both are Jabba's Palace background characters. Are they some of the girls with the long? Are they Twi'lek girls, possibly? Again, I'm not sure that the names of them. I know you're a trooper collector. Did you buy? No, I didn't. I don't collect Clone Wars or prequels. I have one prequel figure, and that's Commander Cody, because it was a gift, and I probably would have bought it anyway, to be quite honest with you. All right, so the next dream that I think a lot of people probably would want, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. Mon Mothma. I know she's very popular now again. It's like a resurgence because of Andor. I thought she was great in Andor. Yeah, I don't see that. I really don't see them doing this one. I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I think a lot of people, especially again the diehard original trilogy collectors, the completionists, anything you give them from original trilogy, they're going to buy. I don't fall into that category. I have to say no because of space and money and whatever. But like things like Mon Mothma, I wouldn't buy. Things like General Calrissian, I wouldn't buy because I already have a version of Lando up there. Even like the Jedi Luke, you know, if like, I presume, like Ares made a great point there. I think it was on it was on Anthony's show last night, I think, and he said they're not gonna do 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi figures and not give you the Jedi. He's true. He's right. He's absolutely right. Also, like, I think that Return of the Jedi, even though it didn't come out that long ago, could be improved even by like better sculpt, paint apps, rolling eyes, USB lightsaber. But it's then the argument is like, okay, now you've got another one that looks kind of like the Mando one. Because when I was a kid, I always thought the robe was black, and then I realized, like, when I got a bit older, going, okay, this is actually brown. And then when Mando came in, it was actually black. I thought it was really, really cool, because it was almost tapping into people's childhood, going, yeah, I thought it was black too, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, so yeah. Right, so I'll just catch up on some of these chats before I move on. Rancor. My bad. I knew you're in Ireland. I used to live in England, so I know. Oh no, I wasn't. I wasn't scolding you, Mike. Definitely not. It was it's like a default inbuilt Irish thing. Like we just kind of like, you know, it's like we're not part of the UK. Well, the Republic is anyway. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, no, I definitely wasn't scolding. I just basically pointing out that I wasn't sure if Return of the Jedi was in the UK cinemas. If you were in charge at Hot Toys, what 4 figures would you announce on May 4th? Oh, I think I'd go selfless on that. I think I'd do a stream. And I think, okay, what do people actually want? Okay, now I'm on the spot here now. What do people want? If you were in charge at Hot Toys, what 4 figures would you announce on May 4th? I think everyone... I'm going to start with Return of the Jedi. You said 4 figures. I think I'd go Jabba the Hutt. I think a lot of people would. I wouldn't buy it, but I think a lot of people want the Jabba the Hutt. I think a lot of people want that a Hot Toys version of Jabba the Hutt. So that would be one. You'd have to get a Han Solo. You'd have to. Han Solo Endor with the with a really good long trench coat, the kind of camouflage trench coat, one that you can actually take off and put on with ease, and that when you take off the coat, it kind of looks like Bespin. Can you really do that? Could you have like the swap out kind of Bespin clothing for him? I know it's not the exact same, but to be similar. So Jabba the Hutt, Endor Han. I think I'd have to go 2-pack. I think I'd have to go Endor, Han, and Chewie 2-pack. Is that 3 now? I'm going to count that as 2. So Jabba the Hutt, Han and Chewie, Endor 2-pack. I'm trying to think, what else do people want? They have the Vader coming. R2, because you are halfway there. We need the R2. That could be a bit of a waste of one though, because if I think their R2 is coming anyway. And what else? Like you're not going to hear me saying Mon Mothma or Gamorrean Guard or Bib Fortuna or the kind of fringe characters. I'm trying to think, like, they haven't done an Endor Han before. People would be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. I want a Chewie, so that's a bit selfish. I think the Jabba people would respond and people want. R2, people do want to Return the Jedi R2. So what else do people want? What else do I want? Yeah, it's a good question. Like, I'm not crying out for another Luke. I think the Bouche Leia would be good. But you know, head sculpt, I think that's a doable one, because they could just do like a sneaky one and repaint the hot layer and make her look up, change the hair a bit, repaint her face, and just get the outfit. I think that could be one. I'm gonna just put a pin in that, but at the moment I'm thinking Jabba, Han and Chewie 2-pack, or 2, Bouche Leia. Right. So I've lost my... I think come the 50th anniversary of New Hope in a few years, Hot Toys is going to go balls out. They'd be foolish not to. It's an amazing opportunity to sell a ton. Absolutely. Wouldn't say no to this, but would rather have a Genevieve O'Reilly Mon Mothma. Again, pardon my ignorance, Beskar, but is that Mon Mothma the younger version from Andor? Just let me know if I'm right or wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Mon Mothma with deluxe mini dead bottom diorama base. Mandela effect with the robe. Mandela effect with the robe. Is that Mandela? Mandela effect with the robe. Hut Slayer Leia. Yeah, actually, yeah. Slave Leia is like, that would be an internet breaker if it actually happens. Yeah, that would be. Again, I've seen this. Look, we're not going to go having a chat about it, but like, because I've seen it discussed on numerous other streams as well. But like, I think people would be delighted if that happened. But it's realistically, with the nature of her costume and the fact that it's Slave Leia, even if they released her, they'd call her something different. And I don't think they would do that. I don't think they'd release a character in an outfit like that. But there you go. Cara Dune, Thrawn, Han Solo return. Sorry, Cal Kestis. Yeah, I think that's what it would be. Jabba, Cal Kestis, Chewie and Han, Endor 2-pack, and an R2. Yeah, I think they're the ones that I announced. I think they'd be people pleasers, to be honest. And I would definitely be picking up the R2 and the Han. I haven't played the game, so Cal Kestis I wouldn't necessarily pick up. I'm just thinking what would sell. Shiny. I would love to see some Queen Amidala variant outfits. I don't like the prequels, but the costume designs are amazing. Yeah, you're not wrong. Focus, you're asking what would everyone want? You're disqualified from running Hot Toys. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's true. I'd start with the AT-ST pilot. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. I know what I'm... See, they're all coming to me now, these things I want. I really want the TIE Fighter pilot. As a trooper collector, if I was one... That counts as a trooper. In my eyes, I know it's a pilot, but like I count the clone pilot as a trooper. I would count the TIE Fighter pilot as a trooper. That's probably the number one biggest want that I have in terms of troopers. Like, I want an original trilogy TIE Fighter pilot. I will settle for a Mandalorian one. I will settle for an Andor one. That's one of the ones. That could happen. That could be one of the ones this week, because there's no head sculpt. It's a trooper. Original trilogy. That could happen. Yeah, I think we're possibly going to get an Empire 2.0. 1.6 Banta would be badass. Maybe we get troopers and 2.0s announced the days before May 4th, and then they hit us with new figure. Possibly. Absolutely. Could happen. Skiff Guard, Bosch Leia, Endor Han, Chewie, TIE Fighter pilot. Yes, man after my own heart. Shane, I think the question was aimed at you. Be selfish. Well, if I'm being selfish, just less of the crap and give us an or two, a TIE Fighter pilot, that Endor Han and Chewie. Yeah, I'd be happy with them. That dude's fake beard on the right of the pic really stood out at the cinema. I'm just noticing that now. It does look a bit funny. Weequay, I don't know how to spell his name or race. Skiff Guard, Bosch Leia, AT-ST pilot. Yeah, there's a lot of TIE Fighter pilots. Heck yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. If they released Slave Leia, they'd have to release Jabba's throne. This is true. So is that the Mandela effect? Is a theory that alternative universes start to mix together, so you remember things from childhood that are different now? Right, it's when you misremember things. I think I heard the guys from Collecting Weekly talk about that as well. Thank you, Mike. TIE Fighter pilot. Yes, exactly. TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, I think it's because there's gonna be troopers. I mean, if you look back this time last year, there was a shiny trooper and a clone pilot. Out of 9, there was 2 out of 9. I like those odds. So just to recap there, what we've done so far is we're doing dreams versus reality, okay? So ultimate dream there on the left of what could be announced on May 4th, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. And versus reality, we're probably going to get a Boba Fett. So far, I think this is a dream. I don't think this guy's happening. Not that I wouldn't want these. Some of them I would want, some of them I wouldn't want. But I think a lot of people would want a lot of these, but I don't think we're going to get either of these. I mean, we're going to get Mon Mothma. I don't think we're going to get General Lando. Or Skiff Guard Lando, for that matter. I just don't think it's going to happen, because Lando is still sitting. He did not sell well. I mean, I have him there. He's just right, literally behind my head. And he's a cool looking figure. It's a very classy looking figure. You have to futz with it. I said it, futz with it. You really have to futz with the cape. I had to do a bit of I had to get a hair dryer and just put it on low heat around the collar to get it to sit around, to mold it basically around his neck. And then the pleats of the cape, it looked like he wanted to go hand gliding out of the box. I mean, if you look on Sideshow, that beautiful pictures that they have in the promotional images for him, like the cloak sits really nice. But when you take him out of the box, the things are off to the side. Like he literally looks like he's going hang gliding. So you have to kind of fold it in, and then I use little bits of tape to kind of stick the pleats together so it hangs better. But he didn't sell very well, so I don't think the General Lando is incoming on that, personally. And as much as people want Gamorrean guards, I can't see them doing Gamorrean guards. Not right now anyway. Maybe they will in the future, but I don't think we're going to, for May 4th, I don't think they're going to be on the roster. Again, I could be way off on that. But yeah. I'm just going to quickly check and show you that what we have here we seem to have 5 people think Jabba is actually a reality, whereas 4 people think Jabba is just a dream. Jabba is just a dream, they're saying. Okay, so realistic picks. I'm going to fly through some of these, right? So these are, I'm not saying all of these are going to be released. It's just a bit of fun. It's speculation. I have no inside knowledge or sources, whatever. I don't claim to. It's just for fun. So these are things that I think potentially could happen, okay? Potentially could happen. Not saying they're all going to happen. I think potentially they could happen. All right. So let's start with the obvious one. We have a Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary C-3PO finally. That one's coming home for me personally. I didn't say missed out. I skipped out. I opted out. I chose not to pre-order the C-3PO or R2-D2 from Attack of the Clones because I don't collect prequels. And I figured if they're doing that, they have the mold, this is probably coming. I like a lot of people, right? So that C-3PO is coming home. This R2, I don't think it's actually the Force Awakens one, or I know that Costa is in the chat and he has I believe he has the deluxe original trilogy R2-D2, and he informs me going, no, this is not the same as that. And I don't think it's the new Attack of the Clones one, but I can't be sure. I think they're going to give us a 40th anniversary R2. Okay, I think that I'm a betting man. I'm going to bet on that. I do think that's going to happen. Okay, I don't think that's too much of a stretch of the imagination, to be quite honest. They do this a lot. They show us a new pre-order or a new announcement, and then in the background, or sometimes not so much in the background, sometimes right there, like they did with the Grand Inquisitor. You saw Reva with I think it was one of the Mandalorians, might have been the Chrome Mando. You had Luke in the background, and so on and so on. They do this. So I think this is and of course they do the other thing where they show us things and never happens. Bespin Han was shown, never materialized. But yeah, I think this is going to happen. I think this is a reality. Okay, I would actually like to take the temperature there and see what people actually think about this. Is in like, is it like I can't be on my own here. I can't be on my own. Like, you know, there's surely people can see this happening as well. I would imagine, like, you know. So I would like to see what people think about that. Like, so R2, is that a dream or is it reality? I'm gonna pop the link in here. So just keep it nice and don't be messing around with codes and stuff like that. We'll just pop it in. So R2, is it a dream or is it a reality? I'm just going to get the code for you and it's going to pop it into the chat there. Okay, so give us a vote there. I've popped it into the chat. If you want to click on that link and just vote, just tell me, do you think R2-D2 for the anniversary? There is no option 3, by the way. I guarantee you at least one person is going to click option 3. I bet you Shiny is in the midst of clicking option 3. There is no option 3. But you know Shiny is in there, and his sense of humor, he's going to click option 3. Or maybe I'm using reverse psychology on Shiny now, and Shiny's thinking, oh, he thinks I'm going to click option 3. I'm not going to click option 3 now. Go on, Shiny. What are you going to do, Shiny? No pressure now. No pressure. There you go. There you go. Clockwork, Shiny. Clockwork. You didn't let me down. Now everyone's doing it. Look what you've done, Shiny. Shiny is just in there clicking the link, and option 3 could win. Option 3 could win. Right, so that was fun. Everyone's clicking option 3 now. Yeah, typical. Anyway, I appreciate that sense of humor. I'm going to return later on to this because I do want to see if option 3 actually wins. So yeah, look, I think this is going to happen. They literally showed an Emperor in the Darth Vader promo pics. Do you really have to stretch your imagination too much? Where you get the Emperor with updated sculpt, paint apps, rolling eyes, I don't know, bare fitted clothes or robe or whatever, and maybe some accessory that we didn't include already. So I think this is going to happen. Also, if you notice, Vader came with like a base and then stairs. I wonder, like, could you possibly have the Emperor with some sort of the plastic that iconic kind of window behind him? You know, it kind of was like a circular type of window, and had a kind of design at that Death Star. You know, where he could see out and watch the battle. I mean, you could have like the stairs, then you could have that diorama, that circle. It could on just like a circular plastic window, and you'd have the throne in front of that, and then an updated emperor, and then maybe a railing or something that would come with Luke, and you put the three of them together. That'd be kind of cool. I suppose those Magic Case collectors would love that, you know. So I think yeah, an Emperor 2.0 is going to happen, I would imagine. Okay. So one person thinks R2 40th anniversary is a dream. That one person is wrong. Only joking. You're entitled to your opinion. 10 people think that R2 40th anniversary is reality. It's going to happen. And 3 people think option 3 is going to happen, which is clearly an R2 and C3PO 2-pack. Everyone knows that. All right. So the next reality, I think we're probably going to get some sort of a Boba Fett. We're probably going to get some sort of a Boba Fett. Keith, you don't think that after them putting up for pre-order the 40th anniversary C3PO, that they're not going to give us his little buddy to go with him? Come on, Keith. Or even if you want to elaborate, like, did you have a reason why you're thinking that it's not going to happen? Just going to go through some of these chats here as well. So there's come some suggestions here from the Moose Dream channel member. Speaking of Ireland, Genevieve O'Reilly is... Wait for it. That's funny. Bubba Fettuccine, true, I think that was one of the ones they made sound weird, just a regular Earth. Not sure what that was in relation to. Blue Tattoo is here. We're working on trying to get Blue Tattoo on an episode of Visions, trying to work something out maybe for next weekend. I'd be interested to sit down. It's Stefan's brother, I believe. S-Beam's brother, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. He put a circle over R2-D2 so we know which one he is. Yeah, look, you know, you got to make sure there could be some fake fans there. The only way a new R2 makes sense is to include new accessories like Jabba's drink tray. Yeah, because then you've got like... Then signs would actually point towards a Jabba because you've got Salacious Crumb with C3PO. Then if they do that and they have the drink tray like Sideshow did, and then if they did the Jabba and the bib for Tuna or something, you never know. But I can't see the Jabba happening. Do you ever collect figures from other series, not including Marvel, DC, or Star Wars? Yes. Great question. I'm an 80s kid, and like a lot of 80s kids, I was brought up on really violent movies that I shouldn't have been watching. So I have a RoboCop on the chair behind me, which is it's never leaving my collection. It's definitely a top 5, top 10. I've got a battle damaged T800 Terminator, and I've got a DX13 on the way. Lion Rock Toys came through, and I think that's shipped today. I'm waiting on there's a big, actually nice delivery coming for me. The Mando Luke, the deluxe one with the battle damaged Dark Trooper and all that kind of stuff. And a DX13 Terminator. So yeah, basically the 2 Terminators, the T800 one from the first movie, and the battle damaged DX13. Hopefully it's okay and it's not a flake show when I open it up. The RoboCop. Is there anything else that's not? No, this Marvel. It's got an Endgame here. Star Wars. That's it at the moment. So the RoboCop and the 2 Terminators, but like, would I like a big chap? Yeah. Would I like a Ripley from the Alien movies? Absolutely. The Colonial Marines, 100%. I wouldn't say no to Predator, but I want to wait and see. Do they ever like reissue that? I wouldn't be in a rush. I'm a bigger, by a long shot, I'm a lot bigger Alien and Terminator and RoboCop fan than I am a Predator fan. I like the first movie and I like Prey. I've watched the other ones, but didn't really float my boat as much. But would have an interest in the John Wick 4 characters. I have to see the movie first, but I would like a John Wick. So great question, Larry. Shiny up to no good. Big Rib lol. I have the Emperor already, but they gotta do him again for the folks that missed out. That's a very selfless attitude, Andre. Channel member. Vader's calming blue glowing head is like a nightlife for Palps to help him sleep. I'm calling it. Akbar from May 4th. I don't think Akbar is going to happen. I think it would make a lot of people happy, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be a cool one. They just released an R2. I feel it's too soon, but they're just going to release a C3PO, Keith. Like, that C3PO is, you know, that could be released this week, you know. Yeah, I don't really mind when R2 arrives, but I just figured that one was 40th anniversary. They might pair him up with his buddy being 40th anniversary as well. But this is the company that released Hot Toys, or sorry, that released Pennywise at Christmas. Big props to Line Rock Toys, definitely the way to go. I know you're a big fan. You buy from them regularly, I think, Boba. But yeah, I've had positive experiences with them, and I usually buy from them, but that one they actually hunted down for me, so I definitely appreciated it. Picked up Tusken Raider from Lion Rock Toys, great price. I think they do free. They don't think they do free worldwide shipping as well. Force Ghost Obi-Wan, I saw that Photoshop. It was very, very good. Thought it was funny. I have all the Colonial Marines, Bishop and Custom Ripley. Just need a Burke and Newt. That's very cool. Max Rebo would be a nice fourth, yeah. I have everything you like, Shane. Lucky you, lucky you. Wicket and Warwick Davis. Good stuff. And who owns the Alien 1 quarter scale figure rights? It's crazy to me they're not in constant. Yeah, it's true. Quarter scale big chap, or quarter scale or 6 scale. So you meant 6 scale. Quarter scale would be pretty cool too. I'd love a 6 scale big chap, or a 6 scale Alien Queen, or a 6 scale Ripley and Power Loader. I know they're out there, but that figure is looking a bit dated in my opinion. I think they can definitely do better now, but that ship may have sailed. Alright, so I do think I don't think anyone would be surprised if they dropped an R2, went up for pre-order for May 4th. Or this Emperor. Or a Boba. It's Return to Jedi. Shout out to Aries. He's absolutely right. Do you really think they're going to do 40th anniversary and not give us a Jedi? They've done Stranger Things, but the he's on something. So they could do this. A lot of people are saying maybe they do like some sort of a battle damage version from the final battle. Okay, so moving away from 40th anniversary, because even though it's like May 4th is not all Return to Jedi 40th anniversary. So I think at some point in time they're going to give us this Moff Gideon 2.0. And if they do, or should I say when they do, I think it's going to happen. I hope they give us a better head sculpt than what came before. I do not have a Moff Gideon because I don't think the head sculpt, personally, I don't think the head sculpt's great. No offense to if you have it and sit in your collection, you love it, more power to you. Personally, I don't think the head sculpt is great. So if they do this one, I hope it comes with a head sculpt, rolling eyes, an improved sculpt, and paint apps. This could be a May 4th announcement because it is Star Wars, it's current, it makes sense, season 3 just finished, and they love doing Boba Fett-esque type characters. It's a possibility. These guys, they have to drop sooner or later, folks. You know they're coming. At least it makes sense. Trooper, you know, they love the troopers, they love their clones. This could very well be an announcement. Like this is not an unrealistic thing to say. Now we're getting into the kind of more questionable ones. Again, this is just pure speculation. This is a possibility, and the reason I'm saying it's a possibility is if they're going down the whole, you know, Return to Jedi 40th anniversary route, and they're going through the main characters, like let's say if they do the R2, and they do the Emperor, and they do Luke, and that's a lot now. I don't think they're going to do like 9 or 10 or whatever, but like this figure makes sense. I mean, what do they really have to do? They have to get the either Bespin or Hot Leia sculpt, different hair, bit of a newer updated paint apps, and the outfit will be new. But I think this would be a figure they could do. I think this is something I can imagine waking up to tomorrow morning and then clicking Instagram and this being announced with the promo picks. I can see something like this happening. Now, here, could they possibly, if they don't do this, could they possibly be a bit lazy and give you kind of the Endor Leia again? I mean, is that a bit cheeky? I can see something like that happening. Because the way I see this going is, there might be 3 or 4 announcements. One of them will be like an internet breaker. One of them will be a trooper. One of them will be a really lazy cash grab. And then one will be, you know, so-so. So this, I mean, I prefer if they did this version here. But I see, I really want to get the hot Leia, but like I prefer if they did this one, because I think collectors would appreciate something different as opposed to some sort of a reissue or a repaint than this one. Now, it's a total gamble, and I don't care if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is all fun. I think this guy's going to come. I think this guy is going to arrive. I think this guy is... I can see it happening. Indiana Jones is down the road. There's even at Star Wars Celebration, there were Indiana Jones figures. I feel that the whole Harrison Ford likeness thing, granted he tore that figure apart on Saturday Night Live and stuff like that, I genuinely think that was all scripted. I genuinely think that was like a skit, and it was like, oh, so you don't like Star Wars, you don't like playing Han Solo, and it was like, look, we're going to give you this toy, it's really expensive, like we just bought it there, just tear it up, it'll be funny. I genuinely think that was like, I don't think that was off the cuff. I think that was like part of the gag, because like they're a big production company, they can afford to spend a few €100 or a few $100 on a thing and just get them to break it up. So this one here, this is out of all these other ones, like, this wouldn't surprise me, 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 these wouldn't surprise me. This one would surprise me. It would. I think this is on a knife edge. Like, I was torn whether to put this into the dreams or reality. I think maybe the heart is overpowering my logic side here. But if you have like, when was the last time you got a Han Solo? Okay, you actually did get one for The Force Awakens. I think that was the last one that we got. And if he was cool with his likeness then, what's changed now? I feel like sometimes in the 6-scale community, someone goes, oh no, actor X or actress Y, they don't like signing away their likeness, but they like money. And I think that's something that kind of, you can't really trace it back to anything. Now, I will give a shout out to Big Bretta, Joao. The Jack Nicholson thing, when they first actually announced, I think it was the DX08 Joker, that amazing, beautiful Jack Nicholson Joker from 1989 Batman. He dug out this like post that Hot Toys made saying, look, basically it was really, really difficult, but we finally did it and we secured a license. And that was back then for the original release, so I can see why people then will go, yeah, we're probably not going to get that again. And given that they've just announced that new Michael Keaton 1989 Batman and we've no sign of the Joker, I haven't given up hope. But yeah, put it this way, the DX08 is something I'd be willing to work backwards on, with that being said. This guy here, this could be the internet breaker for this week. Again, I don't know. This is just for fun. It's speculation. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't really care. But this would be cool. And the Chewie as well. We need a Chewie. And I don't think people would be, just in case you don't know, and I know, you see, he's wearing a camouflage, shiny, before you start, he's wearing a camouflage coat. Maybe people are looking at this and all they see is bushes and trees. I'm helping out the subscribers here, Shiny. Come on, give me a break. So yeah, Han and Chewie 2-pack. Could this possibly be the internet breaker? Now this is one I need to get feedback on. So the 2-packs, I'm not going to say it's going to be a 2-pack, because the 2-packs are kind of, they're rare. Pardon, they don't happen that often. I'm just going to say Endor Han cannot happen. Now there's no option 3 this time. Ruled out option 3. I'm really curious to see what people say on this. Try to be logical here. Don't forget about with your heart. What's your head tell you? So Endor Han. Is this a dream? Is this reality? Could we potentially actually see this? I'm dropping the link in here now. So while I've dropped a link in there to the chat. So while I address some of these chats, sorry, my kind of losing my voice here now. But if you could just vote on there, we can see them already coming through here. There's a bit of a battle going on. Blue Tattoo says, yeah, buddy, I'm down for visions. Let me know and we'll set it up. Yeah, apologies. We're supposed to do it last weekend or this weekend, but things got away from me. I apologize, but I'm definitely, we will get that sorted. Knowing Hot Toys, they'll release Yoda, the version after he dies and disappears. That's dark, man. That's dark. I hope they go hard on Jabba's sail barge, Jabba, Leia, Bib, Skiff, Lando, or 2. There is a battle going on. I knew this would be interesting. So 4 people think it's going to be a dream. It's not going to happen. And now we were neck and neck, folks. Dream versus reality here. If you've just joined us, we're voting. Is Endor Han a realistic possibility for May 4th? I went back and forth on this for the last few weeks. I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to throw it out there. So Payton reckons Gideon would be a cool hot toy. They got to do Leia, such an iconic mask. Beskar Kid wants a Leia as well. Maybe an Endor Leia with her hair down. Could be. How much you want to bet that destroyed figure would go for a mint? Yeah, you could buy it in bits actually, yeah. Ryan Smith would love an indie. If you don't mind, I'm interested in collecting. What are some do's and don'ts? Careful who you buy from. Do your due diligence. Shop around would be another one. So research not only the company that you're buying from, their track record, yada yada yada. I would definitely price compare. Bear in mind not just the price of the item, but the price of the shipping to your area, and if there's any taxes and import charges you have to pay. I would, be responsible and don't buy things on credit card. Maybe take advantage of payment plans if that's the way you want to go. I would. These are just things I do. Make a list of all the things that you want. And then put them in order of priority and then focus on the top 1, 2, 3 figures because you can't have everything. Maybe think about how you want to display your figures before you actually go buying anything. If you haven't got any in hand, I suggest maybe pick your favorite figure, see what's in stock and get one. And then if you really like that, then make a move forward. But I wouldn't go pre-ordering a bunch of stuff because they might arrive in hand and you're like, okay, these aren't as good as I think they were. So sorry, there's a lot of information there. I would just start off with one. Pick your favorite figure, see what versions that are in stock. Just be very, very careful about who you buy from. The Moose Dream is saying be warned of Toys Wonderland. They have a kind of a sometimes a sketchy reputation. I have bought off them in the past. I don't anymore. But again, make up your own mind. But yeah, I hope that those kind of help you there, Larry. So be wary, he's saying that warm. Did you miss a comment about Captain Rex above? Curious on your thoughts on that one. I think I did. What was the comment again? Hand and carbonite that we could actually remove from the carbonite. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Just Larry, this is Shiny Shiny. If this is your first time, Shiny Shiny is the most sarcastic member of the 1/6 scale community, so this is complete sarcasm. But again, like, I think the way I look at it is, do your research. You know, whether you're buying from Sideshow or if you're buying from the Devil's Workshop or Toys Wonderland, whether you're buying from like reputable retailers, Hong Kong based resellers like Toys Buying Agent, 1/6 Kit, Lion Rock Toys, or I think there's like very good things about Spec Fiction. Obviously, you know, Sideshow's an option stuff. Just, you know, do your reading, talk to other collectors, and price things and price match and stuff like that. Is it hard to get Hot Toys in Ireland? If you in Ireland, in Dublin, there's a shop called Forbidden Planet. I believe they're in the UK as well. You can get them, but they're incredibly overpriced, because by the time, like, if you order from Sideshow, let's say you order from Sideshow, right? And something costs $300. It'll cost you $50 to ship it over. So now you're on $350. And because it's outside the EU, as soon as it comes across our border, it's another 30%. So you could be talking like, you know, $450, $500 for something that should cost $300. So it's not that it's difficult to get them, it's that they're expensive. So you're better off order from somewhere where you don't have to pay import charges. Or you can go on, there's some reputable buy-sell trade groups as well. Just make sure, again, that you get references for the person you're buying off, you know. So I can definitely see a new Han happening. It'll be called Hananing. That's funny. 1/6 Figure Focus. Does Lion Rock Toys put the shipping charge in the price? Yeah. So when you go onto their site, the price you see is the price you pay. So that's why it might look slightly more expensive than other places. That's because the free worldwide shipping is in it. So yeah, that basically the price you see on their site is the shipped price, if that makes sense. And again, I get just full disclosure as well. Like when I buy from them, I typically will say, right, look, I'm looking for these 3 figures, X, Y, Z. The best price I can find for X is this. The best price I can find for Y is this. And the best price I can find for Z is this. And if they beat those prices, then I'll buy from them, and I actually do a review from them as well. That's how it works. So it's no contract. I don't have to buy from them, but I have had good experiences with them. They look after me, so I have no problem giving them a shout out as well. And they do the free worldwide shipping, and their site is really easy to navigate as well. I don't like glitchy sites. Captain Rex is now canon in Return of the Jedi as a Battle of Endor rebel. Oh, they retconned that, didn't they? The grey fighter with the beard. That would be an incredible announcement. Yeah, totally. Gotta run, gym time. Have a good one, Shane. Happy Star Wars month, everyone. Enjoy the gym. There are no more weights, man. There are no more weights. I hope you're not training legs. Yeah, gotcha. So back to this then. I do have one more, I believe. I think with all the hype, whether this comes from May 4th or where it comes later down the line, I'd say this is I think we can all agree this is becoming more of a reality since that Scout Trooper Commander was put up for pre-order. But I think that's us folks. Massive thank you to anyone who's taken the time here to tune in. And you know, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to 1/6 Figure Focus, and follow at 1/6 Figure Focus on Instagram. Did a photo dump there over the weekend and put a lot of photos of figures like the DX19 with the custom cape that Alan get me, the Beskar Mando. Took photos of Robocop, the T800 cable, bunch of stuff's up there. So yeah, that's me out, folks. I'm done and dusted, and I'm ready to go to bed. So massive shout out to the channel members, the troopers, and the commanders. I've updated the outro. So that's, yeah, look, may the 4th be with you. I hope we all get what we want for Star Wars Christmas. And I'm pretty much out of here now. So yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for joining us. Thanks very much for engaging in the chat and asking questions and putting up with my coughing. So that's us. See you, folks. Have a good one.